Let me go to DJ, a first-time call out of Colorado. DJ, thank you for calling and thanks for holding you on the air.
Hey, thank you, Jesse.
Yes, sir.
So I wanted to make a comment just to go back to Donald Trump with his health.
Before you go to Donald, what do you think about, this is Manhood Hour, what do you think about all that you've heard right now?
As far as what you're discussing?
Yes.
It's so true. I was, too, in a place like that, very angry with my mother for how she raised me. She really did do a lot to try to turn me away from my father, but by his grace, I was able to return back to my father, and our relationship is really blossoming. And then I was able to overcome my mother. And it's funny what you said, as far as shaking in your boots. I was like marshmallow fluff, man. I was like, I was so soft, and I was like, you don't realize it until someone has to almost wake you up out of it. And that's what you did. It was like a smack in the face, and you're like, no wonder I can't, you don't want to be angry. You don't want to be that way.
That's right.
You can't figure out what is it that is making me this way, because I shouldn't be feeling this, And so it wasn't until I actually found your program through, I was watching YouTube, and I've always been trying to search for the truth. And I did vote for the fallen Messiah, but I woke
God forgive you.
Out of that.
Hold on, DJ. Hold on, buddy. Don't hang up. Hold on. Back in a moment, folks. I'm staying. I ain't going nowhere. And you're going to love me. You're not going to love your wife. You're not going to love your children. You're going to love mama. If you don't love mama, you're not going to be able to love anyone else. So I brought you in this world, and I'll take you out if you don't worship mama. Let me go back to DJ. So, DJ, how old were you? How old are you now?
I'm 33.
And how old were you when you had to face your mother?
Same age, actually.
Oh, you just did it?
Actually, I was 32.
Yeah.
Actually, I was 32.
And so,
I faced her.
Walk me through what happened when you thought about it and when you on your way to do it.
So basically what happened was, like I said, I found you through YouTube. I was watching a lot of Tommy Sotomayor and, just Paul Joseph Watson, all those kind of guys, and stumbled across your interview with Tommy Sotomayor. And so you're just interesting to me. And I had never heard the things that you were speaking of ever in my life. I grew up, both my parents are in the church, Christians and all that kind of stuff, but never heard the things that you were speaking of. And so it made me really, I know it was God drawing me in.
Yes.
And so it drew me into you, and it wasn't to you, it was to the truth that you were speaking.
I totally understand that.
And so, as I began to just listen to you more and more, the one story that really, really stood out to me, I think it was a guy you spoke to, his name was Cordell. And it was a 2-part video, and I listened to the first part, and I was just listening to him and how he was fearful and he was not able to speak up to his mother. And I was like, man, I feel the same exact way. I mean, my mom would call me every day. I was in the military, and she would call me almost every day. She would come. She was the only person that came and visited me. I was in Hawaii. She came all the way out there to visit me. I moved to a station to Louisiana. She moved there to come visit me. She stayed with us, too, for a while. And I'm married with 4 children. So that's how soft I was.
Wow.
So,
Mama follow you to jail if she had to.
Yeah, like you said, she'll follow you to the gates of hell.
You notice that the father won't go to jail to visit. The mama go. No matter where you could be in prison down in Guantanamo Bay. She'll find a way to move out there.
Exactly, which was funny because like my dad, he don't even call.
Yeah.
He's like, if you want to talk, he's like, boy, if you want to talk to me, you call me.
That's right.
So but she followed me everywhere. But I noticed that what he was describing in his story was so similar to mine.
Yes.
And I knew that, even with my wife, I couldn't deal with her in the right way, my children in the right way. I couldn't deal with life in the right way.
That's right.
And so, I look back on my career in the military. I told my wife, I said, if it wasn't for me being so weak and not being able to overcome, I would have done better than what I did while I was in.
Yes.
But basically, like I said, he was describing exactly how I felt, and I just didn't want to be that way anymore.
Right on.
You know, I wanted to be one with God, and so I knew it was something I had to do. And she came over, I think, for a football game or something like that, maybe before the Super Bowl, something like that. And, you know, I just said, you know what, Lord, I'm going to do it. I don't care. I'm going to do this. And as soon as she walks through the door, I said, stop, you know, and I just talked to her right there. I said, you know, I just wanted to, you know, let you know that I'm sorry. You know, I held on to resentment for you for so long. And I did, you know, though what you did wasn't right, you know, the way you treated me and how you treated me wasn't right.
Yeah.
I know it was wrong for me to resent you for those things, because her mother was that way. Her mother is still that way to this day.
Yeah.
You know, always needing her, always, you know, and she's the only one that really goes out. I mean, my grandmother lives out in Chicago, and so my mom is out there actually now, and she goes out there on a regular basis to visit her.
Amazing.
And it's because mom is always needing.
And I guarantee you she hate her mother, and if she doesn't do it, she'll feel guilty, so she got to go to mama.
Yeah, I believe so as well. And, you know, one thing that I've noticed is that since then, like I said, my life, God has just, I mean, he's revealing things to me on a daily basis as far as in my character and how I deal with my children.
Yes.
My character and how I deal with my wife. And it's like he makes you realize what you aren't.
Yes.
As well as, and so you look and you say, you know, you're constantly self-evaluating almost, like,
wow.
Okay, why is this within me? Why is it? And he reveals it to you, and then once he reveals it to you, like you said, it's just automatically taken away from you.
Yes.
And it's an awesome feeling, you know, to be that way. And like I said, I have 3 boys and a girl, and so it's crucial for me to be a man. And
yes.
One thing I want to say, speaking of men, I really love Donald Trump. I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for Hillary. I will never vote for that, for Lucifer's child. But I didn't vote for Donald Trump. I actually voted for a person that was on the Constitution Party, because I feel like the Constitution is important. But I see now, man, he's amazing. I mean, he is a living example. I point out to my children, I was reading the book of Proverbs the other day. And
Are you black, by the way? Are you black?
Yes, sir, I am.
Really? Okay, go ahead. You point out Proverbs. Yeah. Go ahead.
Just how, you know, it says when you honor your father and your mother, your days will be long on this earth. And look at how Donald Trump, the media focuses on a lot of, that's all they can focus on, because they're of the world, so they focus on the physical. Well, he eats this, and he doesn't work out, he doesn't do this. But the Bible doesn't talk about any of those things giving you long life and longevity. It talks about trusting in the Lord and leaning not into your own understanding.
Yes.
Trusting in God. And you see so many great men of the Bible who are like Donald Trump, where, you know...
Hold on, DJ. Hold on. I need to know how your mother reacted to you facing her, dealing with her. Back in a moment. Andre want to know, why are all your songs so safe? See, you can't mess with Andre. Andre blacker than you. He understands music. Anyway, what I realize is that not all, but most mothers stand between their children and God to be their God. She would, while taking them to church, pretending that she wants them to know God, she stands in the way of it. That's why she follows you everywhere you go, so that you would never get to the Father yourself. DJ.
Yes, sir.
So when you face your mother and confronted her, what did she say about all that?
Well, it was crazy, like how you said it. I mean, I went in there shaking, and when I confronted her, she was shaking, and it was like everything just. I had peace in that moment, and then I saw her, and I could see the fear, and I could see, you know, just the the fear within her, you know, and
Yes.
it was almost like you felt compassion for her in that moment. You're like, man,
Yes.
that's so, you know, it's like, it's heartbreaking to see her like that, but you know, it's because she's in the same spot that you were just in.
Yes.
And so, it was crazy to me to see that of my mother. But ever since then, I mean, my mom doesn't call me
Good.
she doesn't call me unless I tell her to, or if I call her, she doesn't come over to my house. And we even live in the same city. She lives 30 minutes away from me. She doesn't come over here unless I tell her to.
Right on.
You know, if I was like, hey, you know, you want to see the grandkids, or well, me and my wife go out, you know, spend some time together. But I mean, it's been amazing. I've been able to deal with her and not have any fear or anger or anything of that nature. I've been able to love my kids in the right way, love my wife in the right way. Even with my wife, you know, my wife is white, and I was trying to run from mama. But what I realized is that I married my mama even though she was a different color. So I was like, it had nothing to do with the skin color or anything. It's
That's
all
right.
spiritual, as you said. It's that spiritual nature that's within you. And like I said, you can find a Chinese, whatever color you want. But if that spirit of mother is in you, you're going to find it wherever you go.
That's right. It's amazing, too, that the mama come to your house and interfere with your life without even being invited over. She invited herself over.
They come up with reasons to come over.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, you know, I could do this for you, huh? I didn't say do that. I didn't mean any of that.
DJ, I gotta run, man. Call me again. You have been a witness to the truth, and you have blessed my soul. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. You're a blessing to me as well, and I love your show.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, Christine.